Hello, welcome back.
And we're back. This is a direct continuation from the last video, which got a bit long, um, where I was basically reading out a conversation that I was having with Chase, some screenshots of it, where that basically made me decide to quit working for him. And Cassie was providing her insight because a lot of this was about Cassie, who was very paranoid about her for some reason. I think he just wanted to fire her.
I
to
disagreed with him, and therefore I was a disrespectful woman. So,
I disagreed with him too, but he didn't have that issue with me.
it's because I never was really super close to him, and I didn't take a shit at any point in time. Like,
That
no.
probably. So, this is probably the third video where we're talking about his logos because oh my god, his fucking logos. Anyway, he said that he mentioned the day that Cassie, disrespected him publicly in front of the team, and I'm like, the icon meeting? He's like, yeah, the first logo meeting. I said, yeah, you said, I don't like any of these, make more. Yep. And I said, that hurt. And he's like, yes. I said, it's like all that time I spent was worthless. Now, granted, also all the time Cassie spent and our designer, but it's like, how do you think I should have said it? None of it was worthless. All that effort is necessary to put towards arriving to a final product. Also, need I remind you, I said, I told you how you should have said it, because I told him after the meeting, I'm like, this is how, like, you could have approached that better. Granted, I was coaching him on how to deal with people, because he didn't know how to deal with his own
Yep,
team.
he sure as fuck didn't. Very flippant. Get it done now. I don't care how you get it done, except I do care how you did it done. If you don't do it exactly the way I want you to do it without me telling you, I'm going to yell at you. Yeah.
So he said, neither she nor you asked me for what I wanted. I remember you raising your voice to me during the meeting in front of everyone else. Neither of you asked. In fact, that hurt too. And guess what? Even Cassia admitted to that, so don't play games with me. I was like, you told us you wanted a Halloween frat theme. Because at this point, I just.
Let me interject with what I actually said to him. What I told him was, for the sake of trying to mend a bridge, not give him ammo, this is what I meant before. I've said it on other comments on YouTube where I was like, if you talk to him about anything, he's not actually listening to what you're saying. He's only getting ammo to use against you in any further conversation or argument. And my comment to him was, we didn't approach this like a graphic designer. A graphic designer would have asked you what you wanted from the get-go. We were not graphic designers, though. We did not ask him what he wanted from the get-go because we already were running his business and knew what his face of his business was supposed to be about. It was upon those notions that we had been making him all that money due to advertising in the correct fashion
Let me
and
point
designing
out,
things in a good way.
he said, you know, based on his personality type, that you should not ask them what they want ever.
Yep, there's that too. So, well, I'll be real, that didn't even cross my mind when I didn't ask him his opinion on that. I didn't ask him his opinion because we already kind of knew where to go with it. He told us he wanted to go down a certain way, so that's the way we went. And we presented. It's not like that was the first time he was seeing some of these logos either during that meeting. He had seen some of the logos before that meeting too, and was like, oh, but I want it to be a yin yang. And we're just like, no, you can't have a yin yang because that doesn't represent your company in any way, shape, or form. And telling him no was not acceptable. Now, people can make an argument saying, well, he was paying you and it's his company, he can do what he wants with it. Yes, that's true. But if you want to make actual money, you should listen to the people you hired on to do marketing for you.
Yeah, imagine that.
You hired them to do a job and then got mad at them for doing their job. Oh no.
The thing was, I figured, like we didn't specifically keep him out of the discussion. It's just that we figured we would wait until we were further along in the process to show him like the finished product, because generally when we do that, he's like, that's great. We show him
Oh,
the finished product and it's fine. He likes
if
it.
you ever showed him an unfinished product or something that wasn't near completion, he would flip his shit every time because he'd freak out that it was nowhere near done or that we were way behind or et cetera, et cetera. So like it was prudent for us and intelligent for us to wait until that stage of the logo to show him because otherwise he would have freaked out about it.
Yeah. Or, said it was bad because it was half finished or what have you. Yes, I did start mocking him. I'm like, you told us you wanted a Halloween frat theme. He's like, no, I did not. And I'm like, black, orange, and white are the brand colors, and the size symbol is the logo. He's like, I was brainstorming options to see how others felt, and you shot it down and we moved on. I feel like you are mocking me right now. I wonder why you felt that. And I said, I spent a lot of time learning about building a brand at your request. Cassie has extensive knowledge. And he says, and I have only appreciated you every step of the way. I said, so we weren't trying to leave you out. And he said, yes, it's why we hired her. Well, that's what you did. You both let me out. In fact, you called a vote and had the team vote on it, and I wasn't even on the call. That hurt too, Emily. Now, we'd already explained to him that we weren't just like voting on the logo. We were just trying to get like what the people on the team thought was the best. Just collecting data from people. That's kind of part of what you do from a graphic designer. And I say, I understand that you felt left out, but you used to be busy as fuck. We chose the theme we thought was good for your brand and worked on some concepts. Should we not have done that? He said it's not fair she jumped to that conclusion. What conclusion? And she already knew the change in this situation. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That I was too busy to have a say, Emily. I like how he uses my name for emphasis.
It's such a bullshit notion too, because he's the one who set the time of that meeting, and we waited for him, and he was late to his own goddamn meeting, and oh god, so frickin' frustrating.
And I'm
Makes
like,
himself out to be a victim.
I said, I'm sorry, Chase. I was just used to doing everything alone, and you telling me it was great. It was me that started work on the logo. I got the team to do it. And he said, that is so unfair, Emily. Wanting to branch out does not mean I don't value yours or hers or anyone's work less. How many times do I have to say this? The fact that I keep repeating myself in this area further makes me feel like my voice, my opinion, doesn't matter. It's amazing you got us started, but why did I have to get left out? And on top of that, get punished for it publicly multiple times. I said, you're ignoring the root issue and you're guilting me. And he said, what do you think the root issue is? We wanted you at the meetings so you could give input. And he said, because the idea I have is that you're accusing me of being ungrateful for Cassie's work. And I said, we wanted to talk to you about the logos at that point in the project once we had some ideas worked out. So I am not guilting you. I am stating facts as part of my defense. I said, but you took it as us leaving you out. Well, comes with the territory, Emily. I said, so you should understand that it wasn't meant that way. Asked us to include you in the future and be done with it instead of being a little bitch.
The best.
So at this point he was like, are you for real? Why do you think it's okay to call me that? I've never treated you this way, not once, not even Cassie. I said, yes, because you're acting the victim here. You aren't being a leader. A leader says, hey, include me in things in the future. He says, I am the victim, and you're not letting me lead. And then if you're not included, take action. I made it very clear to Cassie the following day that I need to be included. But you're making a big deal about it. I said, I'm sorry, and asked how to handle it differently.
He was included. You want to know how many notifications I gave him about that meeting happening? I gave him four notifications. Every half hour as it happened, leading up to that meeting, I told him, hey, there's a meeting at this time. Hey, there's a meeting at this time. Hey, Chase, guess what? There's a meeting at this time. And when he was late to it, I sent him like 3 different messages going, hey, we really need you in this call. Can you please join as soon as you possibly can? Yeah. Yeah. But I was leaving him out. I totally was doing that. That was what was happening.
Literally on purpose.
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
he was
Yes.
trying to make it. He thought, I guess he underestimated how much authority I had because I guess he figured because you were in charge, you called the shots and everything. But I initiated most of that logo stuff because we really needed it for marketing purposes. That was kind of my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
The only reason why he was targeting me was because I went out of my way to explain to him how logos work, and he was very bored with that conversation. And I mean, like, his girlfriend, who was like, now his wife at the time, was giggling in his ear and, whispering sweet nothings, as he is wont to do in the middle of fucking meetings, too. After he joined, he was like, oh man, God, she would just input her opinion on it and wasn't even asking her. Hello?
So I said,
No.
to him, and instead of giving me feedback, you continued on your rant on how it was unfair. He said, how is it when I tell you my feelings are hurt, I am a little bitch, but when Cassie tells you her feelings are hurt, then it's fine. Then you call me a little bitch. I am confused. I am giving you feedback. I am answering every point you are making, and I am treating you with respect. I said, I understand you felt left out. I understand you want to say. But you put me in an impossible position. You know that, right? Because you ask me to stop you from making bad choices, but you get upset when I try to do that. So I did my best to educate you about the branding and the logos. He said, I have not once disrespected you in this conversation. Please answer the question that I asked. How is it when I tell you my feelings are hurt, I am a little bitch, but when Cassie tells you her feelings are hurt, then it's fine. I am answering your points, but you aren't answering mine. That's disrespectful. Yes, I asked you to do that. You've done a wonderful job. Inevitably, I will disagree. Is that not true? People have disagreements about logos all the time. This stuff doesn't come overnight. I said, I was basically answering his Cassie thing because she doesn't give me a list of feelings as an argument. So then how did this whole conversation... Yeah.
It's so funny because I'm the ENFJ. I'm supposed to be all feely, right? Like, oh man, I'm supposed to just tell you how I feel about things and not be logical in any way, shape, or form.
And he is supposed to be, cold logic, but
yes, with that quote TI parent.
Most of the conversation is just him telling me how his feelings are hurt.
Ah, man. Oh, not to mention, I did call him a bully, and that's going to come up pretty soon, I think, too, in this little chat log, is I called him a bully in that phone call that he cornered me in, because he is a bully. He is a fucking bully. There's no way around that. He bullies people, and if he doesn't get his way, he will do everything he can to cut you out. Ta-da! Moving on.
So he said, then how has this whole conversation got brought about? Looks like Cassie gave you a lot of feelings because this is a long argument. Your ESFJ is defending her. So as an INTP, my ESFJ shadow. I said, you can't hide how you feel about Cassie, and she's been sensing it for a while. I said, I think you are regarding her and completely disregarding me at this point. Huh, you think? It seems a bit one-sided and biased, don't you think? This whole argument has to do with feelings, and my feelings. Has to do with her feelings, and my feelings. What's different? Just the people, not the concept. I said, you're giving me feelings instead of facts. Like, he didn't tell me any specifics of what you did. He just said you're nefarious and you make him feel bad.
Yes, I make him feel bad. I will not apologize for that. Yeah, I made him feel bad. I told him no. I didn't like being told no, and therefore I'm mean. He doesn't like mean people. They're mean, and they say no, and they make him do things he doesn't want to do.
You make him look bad in front of other people, and he has to look like he's amazing.
Wasn't trying to make him look bad. I was trying to make him see reason.
Same,
Like,
though. I mean,
there was no ill intention beyond, oh my God, Chase, can you please just do the thing? This will make you money. Why are you not doing it?
exactly.
Hello?
Now, I'd like to point out that, as an ENTP, he's not supposed to know how he's feeling at all about anything. He's not really.
Yeah, with that FI trickster. Yet he seems to know how he's feeling all the damn time.
And in
Funny
fact,
that.
he says, yes, I was just transparent with you on how I was feeling, but then you called me a little bitch. I'm not hiding anything. What is not factual about what I am feeling?
I think by the end of this, the next episode, it's going to be what type we actually think he is,
Well, according to his system.
according to his system.
What is not
Yeah.
factual about what I am feeling? What is it? Facts don't care about your feelings? I don't. Whatever. Basically mocking him, I said, I'm justified to think Cassie is nefarious because I was hurt about the logo. He said, I never said that. I'm justified to think Chase isn't happy with me because he's acting weird towards me. He said, send me a screenshot of where I said that. Really, because she disrespects me in front of the entire team, and I think that is much more concrete than me acting weird. Did she do that was disrespectful? I don't remember. I just remember getting really mad after you told us to make more logos, and I apologized for that because I acted unprofessionally. He said, I'm very thankful you took responsibility for that, Emily, because at the end of the day, you stand with the facts. In terms of what she did that was disrespectful, and I'm like, did she giggle from paying attention to her boyfriend, or pee, or ignore everyone until they said her name 3 times? He didn't quite get that.
No, it flew over his head.
Yep.
I mean, even looking back on this and looking at all of it again and like hearing it read out loud, it just like he makes so many arguments saying repeatedly over and over again, oh man, you're making such a big deal over Cassie. And, you're not even paying attention to how I feel. And like, except the whole thing is actually boiling down to why are you reacting this way, Chase? Why are you reacting like this? Well, Cassie is a demon and therefore she's been mean to me and I'm upset. No one cares about my feelings. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? So, a comment I would like to make. I was hired on to be his personal assistant. I am not his friend. I never was his friend. I never wanted to be his friend. I worked for him because I needed the job. That does not mean I was disrespectful to him. I was as respectful to him as I possibly could be, given the fact that he constantly called me. I got a call at 2 in the morning from his girlfriend who stole his phone, telling me that she demanded that I tell her who he was cheating on her with. Now, yeah, he kind of apologized for that. Not really. But called me constantly on the weekend, even though he knew I didn't work weekends. That was my boundary. I set it because we were allowed to set our own schedule. And it became a legal thing at a certain point where everybody had to set their days off, and he had no regard for that whatsoever. And on top of all of that, just he treated me like his personal therapist. He went to me for extremely unprofessional things, sex, his relationships, everything down the list. I've been in call with him as he pissed and shit, and I want to even say was diddling his girlfriend at one point. And you want to stand there and call me disrespectful for telling him no? Just, yeah, okay.
Yep. It was so fucking crazy. Like, he had no idea in this conversation that I could see through what he was doing and try to make. He was playing the victim, trying to turn me against Cassie when, like, I already know what's going on. Like, I'm not dumb. I see this, and I was already at my wits' end with him, like, ready to quit. And he went and pulled this. So, like, I said to him again, I'm like, you realize you put me and her in a paradox. Don't let me do things that are bad for the company. Gets really angry when people try to do that, or at least upset. I told you about this before. I don't know what I can do to bridge that. Sure, I will answer that question as soon as you answer why I am a little bitch and Cassie gets to walk. Is that showing a justification of actions based on someone else's poor behavior, like you just accused me of? He said I never got really angry. I said I answered that. He said I listened to you, and I'm like, answer that already. He's like, sometimes I take action, sometimes I wait to do it later. I'm like, I'm 99% sure that if Cass and I leave, your business is going down the shitter unless you find someone else competent to run it. He said, and then I proved your point about me giving feelings as an argument was invalid, and now I am expecting a new answer. I said, have fun, I quit, goodbye.
Woo! Like, oh man, when this was happening, she was sending me tidbits of what was going on, and like, we were in call together, and she was just like, just awe and absolute like disbelief that was in her voice when this was actually being like said to her was insane. Like, it was as if, you could literally hear all of the scales falling from her eyes and just, oh my god. And then she said sorry to me and that she quit. And I knew as soon as she sent me that screenshot where I saw that she quit, I knew he was going to fire me. I even said it too. I was like, he's going to fire me within the next 24 hours. You watch.
And he was sad about that. He said, that's too bad. He put a sad emoji and said, if that's what you want to do, then I understand. Is that your decision? And I said, yeah, I can tell some folks how to do stuff via Discord, but what you're doing to me now is abuse. The twisting shit and trying to appeal to my emotions and make me feel guilty. All you need to do is give me shit straight. I'm not a fan of games, and I know you've played them before, but I'm not going to take that shit and bust my ass for you and fight with you to do the best thing for your brand and your business. So he said, at not one point in this conversation have I played any games with you or tried to manipulate you. I have instead been 100% honest. I never wanted to have this conversation. Did Cassie ask you to have this conversation with me? I know that you are too smart for me to do that to you. I am giving shit to you straight. Where have I not been straight with you? I answered each of your questions and points, and you called me a little bitch.
He was very hung up on her calling him a little bitch.
You think? So this was at 2:23 a.m. on that day, and at 4:52 a.m. is when he sent you that message via Discord. Yep.
And all it said was, you're fired.
That's it.
Yep. No explanation, nothing else. And the reason why I saw him typing at the beginning, and then he stopped, and then I just kind of blocked him because I don't really care. I don't give a shit what else he has to say. I think we should end the video here, as we have been talking for a while. But I have other comments for this in the next video.
Sure.
That I'd like to go over. But yeah, thank you for joining us, and please tune in for the next one, and we'll have more comments on this particular lovely event.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to hear more, hit that subscribe button. And feel free to ask any questions you have down in the comments below. At some point, we're going to do a Q&A video, so all of the questions that you may have asked us before or want to ask us about working for Chase or being his moderator or even about Chase if we know it, now's your time. We'll actually answer now that we're not trying to protect his business.
Absolutely. Anything goes.
And feel free to share this video with your typology friends on Reddit, Discord servers, wherever.